So let's fast forward to you've moved to Los Angeles to become an actress, not thinking about going into the porn industry.
Right.
And then so what happens?
So I moved to LA and I had no plan. And the reason I had no plan was not because I was not a planner. It was because I told myself that true artists didn't make plans. They just went for their dreams. And that's the story that we're told that's the American dream. You just go for it. How many times do you hear people say, "Oh, babe, just go for it.
Right.
Just do it." And I kind of hate that because, like, what if you got ready for it? What if you, like, prepared for it and then you went for it?
Yes.
But, like, I was so sure that, and my whole life people always told me I looked like this actress or that actress, or, I wasn't actually a good actress. I couldn't even get into the high school play of my Minnetonka, Minnesota high school theater.
Damn.
I didn't even get, like, a side gig part in Guys and Dolls. And I, like, totally bombed every audition. But I was convinced that, like, if I just went to LA, I would make it. And within the first 2 days, I, like, went to Central Casting. They took a Polaroid of me. A day later, I was in the audience of Judge Judy and then Judge Joe Brown. And all the judge shows were, like, my shows. And you make, like, $100 a day as an extra. But, then I wanted to pay for acting classes because I was a terrible actress, and I wanted to pay for headshots. And back then, there wasn't a portrait mode on iPhones. They cost like $400, which is a lot of money when you're 19 and broke. And so I answered an ad in the back of an LA Weekly because I was running out of cash and I could not call my parents and tell them that I was failing. Because I was lying to them all the time. I was calling them and saying, "Oh my God, I got booked for this, I got booked for that."
Right.
And I would just, I also went to a singles ward, a Mormon's church singles ward, and I would just listen to all the auditions that all the people I went to church with were going on, and then I would just tell my parents I was going on those auditions.
So you just, like, adopted those stories as yours.
Right, yeah. And I was just lying to everyone all the time. And which I'm not proud of, but that was how, I felt like I could justify it. And then I found an ad in the back of an LA Weekly that said no sex, and at this time I was still a virgin, and it said sensual massage, like $500 an hour. I was like, oh my God, that's so much money. That's like an hour. I can like a week's worth of cash, and I don't have to have sex, so I can still be a virgin, and I can still, like, come back from this, because my plan was to make $50,000, become a real actress, and then repent. And then I'd go back to church, and I'd get married to my Mormon boyfriend, and we live happily ever after.
Wow.
But
you did have a plan.
I did have a plan. That's true.
You and Elizabeth Warren. Okay.
That's right. She's my girl. So the things did not go according to the plan. And after I started doing the sensual massage at, like, the Hollywood Roosevelt, and then
So tell me about that. You walk into a room, someone.
I had this woman who I would just call her my girl. I didn't know her name. I just called her my girl, and she was, like, saved in my phone as my girl. And she would pay for a hotel room, and then I would go sit in the hotel room, and then she would screen guys to come up. And
she's like management.
Yeah, she was, well, like, some people are like, she was your pimp, and I was like, yeah. I guess you could call her that. And the agreement was that we would split the cash 50-50. And so
Was she the one who placed the ad, or was there a bigger...
She did the ad. She did all of the online stuff. Like, I didn't know anything about any of that. And then guys would call her wherever she posted online, and then she would book them to come to me. But when she talked to them on the phone, she would play me. And
so
then
she was pretending to be you.
She was pretending to be me, and she would tell these guys her name was Candy. And so these guys would come up to the room, and they would think that they had been talking to me, and they'd, like, reference things that they said in the call, and I'd be like, yeah, and, like, of course my name isn't Candy, but, like, they had fake names too,
Right.
So it was a really interesting way to feel like I was getting practice at acting, because I was playing Candy in the hotel room.
Right.
So I told myself, well, not only are you making good money, but you're also essentially getting free acting experience.